Hey you guys, welcome back. Okay, so today I'm going to be doing another full face of makeup. I just pulled some items from my drawer of makeup that I'm working out of right now, and I'm excited to use these things. They're not really necessarily new. Some items are new to me, products I haven't tried before, but I'm excited to try them today. And I haven't decided if I wanted to go neutral route for my eye look or if I want to go bold and crazy yet. So we're just going to start out with these brows because my brows have not been done and I need to kind of make them look a little more presentable. Now, I have been using the NYX brow glue, which I love this stuff. But I saw that they have this NYX brow glue crazy lift. And so I'm like, well, if I love the brow glue, maybe I will love the crazy lift. So I've only used this once and I liked it a lot, actually. So this will be my second time trying it out. I would say the only thing that's kind of tricky is the applicator. I did clean it off so it wouldn't get all super gunky after use. But because of the fact that you squeeze the product through, you know, the applicator, I feel like over time it can end up getting like pretty gunky, if you know what I mean. But it is nice to have the brush included with the product. I will say that it makes it pretty convenient, but child, I feel like if you're someone maybe who likes to put, I don't know, brow tint and things like that in your brows, maybe before you brush them up, or, you know, I just feel like it can get really gunky and really nasty over time. So I will probably myself be cleaning it off and just squeezing a little more out, because I'm not even sure, like, okay, how much is good? I guess whatever your preference is, but I want to make sure that my brows stay in place for a pretty good while. Now, I don't like to put too much effort and stress into my brows. I just don't. So now I'm going to go in with this NYX Vivid NYX Vivid Rich. This is actually an eye pencil, but I like to use it for my brows because I like the color. And I don't have any issues with it moving around. It stays put all day. So I just kind of like to go in and just kind of add a little bit into those areas that are a little too sparse for my liking. Not too much though. I don't like super aggressive brows, but because I do like to put a lot of emphasis on my eye looks, I do feel like the brows need to, you know, at least be neat and orderly. Okay, I have them both laid out now. I'm going to go in with some of my Catrice True Skin concealer. This is not the right top to this concealer because for some reason the True Skin from Catrice concealer applicator constantly wants to break off after a few weeks, days, hours, months, however long it may take. But trust and believe, the applicator tip typically breaks off, so I usually have to substitute it for a concealer that I run out of and use the applicator from there. So anyways, this is Catrice concealer, which I absolutely love, but the applicator is trash. And I'm just taking a flat brush and I'm going to carve out my I'm just rubbing some off on the brush and just carve out my brows to my liking. Like I said, I don't like to stress myself out too much over it because I can be a little bit of a perfectionist. So I try to just get in there, carve it out, and keep it pushing. As long as it don't look too crazy, I'm okay. So, and I like to keep my concealer kind of close to my skin tone, not too bright, but if, you know, I use one that is a little bit brighter, it helps to brighten that brow bone when you're doing your eye look. So I just kind of like to use one closer to my skin tone though. And I used to carve out the top and the bottom. Now I typically just carve out the bottom because I clean up the top of my brows, like when I'm doing my foundation and stuff like that. So I don't really stress over doing the top anymore, just the bottom. So just to make sure it's real nice and sharp for that eye look. Okay, so before I prep my eyes with my PLouise base, I need to decide what eyeshadow palette I want to use today, because I still haven't decided, which is crazy. But I did pull an old school e.l.f. palette, nice drugstore action. So this one is the Everyday Smoky palette. So as you can see, very simple, very basic, very demure that I can use for my base. I also pulled my new Danessa Myricks. This is the Lightwork Volume 7. Volume 7. I pulled this because, believe it or not, I have not used this yet, which is crazy, right? But it's so gorgeous, so beautiful. I can use, honestly, I don't need to use the e.l.f. palette now that she has added mattes in her eyeshadow palettes, because I can just use this. She has the warm tone mattes over here, cool tone, you know, black and gray to go with the blue. You know, you can do whatever you want with this palette, but I feel like the blue and the purple is really calling to me, because I haven't done blue or purple eyeshadow in quite a while. So I have this, but then I also have this Ocean Jewel palette from Bella Beauty Bar. If I want to go the route of just wild and crazy and super colorful, we can play with this, okay? And I'm really feeling these turquoise shades and these super bright lime green and yellow shades, right? I know it's not spring or summer, but y'all know I don't care about that. I love color. So this is a serious contender. And then also for just, I was thinking about just a plain, really pretty neutral brown look, but maybe like a gradient type situation, all matte. I did pull my Be Perfect Ultimates palette, right? And so this one looks like this. It is all mattes. So yeah, this one is from Be Perfect. When I saw this palette, I fell in love with it. Of course, I didn't need it because, you know, Natasha Denona just came out with those palettes. And I have similar palettes from Beauty Bay. But I just wanted to try this one out from Be Perfect. So this is definitely one I can use in my crease if I decided I didn't want to use the e.l.f. one. But we're still figuring that out. So let me go ahead and put on my PLouise eye base, and then we will jump into these eyes. Okay guys, so as you can see, I did just a nice thin layer of the PLouise base on my lid just to prep them for this eyeshadow. I decided I wanted to go ahead and use the Danessa Myricks because I want to do something really kind of bold and smoky, but with a really bold pop of color as well. So we're gonna see if I can pull this off. Lately, I've been feeling like I'm like losing my creative edge when it comes to eyeshadow. Like I used to just sit down and dive in and just create the most bold, crazy, colorful looks. My lips are a little dry, so I'm gonna go in with some of my Fenty Pudding. What is this? It's the putty pudding for your lips. So I'm just gonna go in with some of this because it's really moisturizing before I get started, because my lips in this winter weather, I mean, honestly, my lips have been really dry even throughout the summer, the fall, the winter. I feel like maybe I don't give as much care to my lips as I should. You know, when we think about skincare and stuff like that, at least for myself, sometimes I forget that I really need to put some love and tender care into my lips as well. So they've been pretty dry and crusty lately, so but this stuff is really nice. It's very thick though. So anywho, yeah, so I've been feeling like I haven't really been as creative with my eye looks as I would like to be, and I don't know if that is because I just haven't really been into eyeshadow as much. I don't know. You know, you guys, let me know. Have any of you guys experienced any of that? I'm just looking for the perfect brush, right? Have any of you guys experienced feeling like, I don't know, you're just kind of, well, those of you who like to be creative with your eye looks, because I know some people, they have a signature eye look. It looks perfect on them. I'm going into this brown here, and it looks perfect on them, and they, you know, wear that eye look pretty much every day because it works for them, and you know, they don't have to think about it, and that's how they like to do their makeup. But for some of us who actually use eyeshadow makeup application as an art form, you know, it truly is an artistic release for me. It's like, you know, if an artist sits down with a canvas and a colorful, you know, palette full of paint, and they have this blank canvas, that's how I see my eyelids. I see my eyelids as this beautiful, just like blank canvas for me to basically color on, be creative on, be able to just do whatever I want on and express myself creatively on my eyelids. So, you know, my style of eyeshadow definitely would not be for everyone, because I don't mind getting a little wild and crazy with it. You know what I mean? Don't mind it at all. Actually, I prefer it. So, but I've kind of felt like, I don't know, maybe it's because I stopped doing it on a regular basis for a while, that, you know, you kind of feel like, well, if you don't ride a bike for a while, maybe you lose the ability to ride the bike. But it's kind of like when you get back on that bike, you know, your feet get to pumping them pedals just like they used to. And so it's not really something that you necessarily lose. You just need to get back into doing it so that you can find your groove again. So I feel like that's kind of where I'm at right now. Kind of like Stella, needing to find my groove back, because child, it's like I just feel, I won't say uninspired, because obviously with all the colorful palettes that I possess, how could I be uninspired? Maybe it's because I used to get a lot of my inspiration and excitement and exhilaration from seeing other colorful looks and watching my favorite YouTubers create the type of looks that I like to create. You know, like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with like Makeup Misa. Oh my goodness, she was the queen, and still is, I'm sure, you know, but she stopped doing YouTube, had her baby and everything, and I don't know if she's gonna come back, but she was just like the queen to me of the beautiful, bold, vibrant, colorful looks. And I used to just love watching her create, because it's just like you'd be mesmerized watching her create those colorful looks. And I say that while I'm putting brown all over my lid, but we're gonna get our color from the shimmer, okay? So yeah, I don't know, y'all. I just have really been feeling like, dang, am I losing it? You know, am I losing it? I'm over here digging, looking for a brush. If you guys are curious what I'm doing, my brushes are over here to the side. But yeah, I just feel sometimes like, dang, am I losing it? Am I, you know, not as creative as I used to be? So I'm gonna go into this black, honey, because we about to deepen up, I think, the inner and the outer, honey. We about to go ham. Just because I really feel like I haven't gone ham in a while. So we're gonna take this smoky, warm, earthy look and turn it into something, you know, really colorful and exciting, hopefully. But I feel like the more that I get back into my groove, then that's the more creative I will feel free to be. Because yeah, it's like when everything started with the no makeup makeup and the, you know, clean makeup, and a lot of people just not really being interested in watching long form content anymore. Because honey, them eye looks, they take some time. Okay, you can edit it down for sure, to where, you know, it's really quick and not an extensive true review, or not review, tutorial, you know, where it's just showing, okay, I put on the green, I put on the blue, I put on the pink, you know, voila, here you go. But to actually show the process of doing the eye look, like, you know, I'm kind of doing here because I'm talking so much. It's like that stuff takes time. And those videos, you know, could be quite extensive and quite long to truly show what you're doing as the artist to create that look. And the outcome is just, it's phenomenal. It's art. You know, it's just like, you know, when artists create their art on the canvas and they step back, and once they say, it's done, baby, it's done. You know, so, you know, I just feel the same way about my eyelids. I've never seen my eyelids as like, okay, I gotta keep this nice and simple and basic. You know, it's like, even when going out on like dates. And you know what's funny? When I used to work, because I worked in an office setting for, you know, my whole work life. And during that time, I didn't wear makeup. So it's like, you know, office makeup or everyday makeup or office appropriate makeup really didn't apply to me, because I didn't wear makeup back then. I didn't start wearing makeup until after I had already, you know, stopped working. And so I've always been able to just do whatever I want to do. I'm just kind of trying to, you know, smooth out those edges a little bit with this brown that's left over on this brush. But I never had to worry about work appropriate makeup. So that might be why I'm not really drawn to do it, and I don't really care about that too much. You know, it's kind of like, just wear what you want to wear. But I understand in some workplaces, you know, you can't be as bold and out there as maybe, you know, I might choose to be. So, but yeah, when I was going to work Monday through Friday, you know, 7 to 4, 9 to 5, whatever the case may be, I didn't wear makeup, honey. I was a moisturizer and lip gloss girl. So yeah, makeup, when I started doing it, has always been a creative outlet for me, and I love that. So I feel like a lot of those creators, well, you know, of course, there's still people that I watch all the time that do beautiful, colorful looks. You know, Betty Jean, and Jessica, she does colorful looks. You know, even though she has mentioned that she is leaving YouTube, and funny thing is, I completely understand, honey. I completely understand. Just a lot of YouTubers that I love to watch still do colorful looks, but not like back in the day, right? Okay, so we can use the new, or we can use the older one. What did I do with the older one? I might have put it away. The older one has a few more color options in it. This is the Lightwork VI. Has even more colorful options in it, but I really do want to play with the new one, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play with the new one, and I think what I'm gonna do is, I think I'm gonna put, let's swatch them right quick. So this one, and they are kind of like you know, duochrome-y, some of them. So let's take a look. Ooh, child, see this one here, like, yeah, it doesn't even look purple to me, but it looks perfectly purple to you guys. So, yeah, I think I'm going to put this You can see that. You see that flip? Yeah, you gotta be careful with them flips because this is purple and green, honey. So if you don't like that green color right there, then you might not want to put that on your lid. But I'm gonna put it on my lid. So we're gonna go ahead and put this right here. And I'm not even going to trip off of glitter glue or anything like that, child. Oh, Lord have mercy. Absolutely gorgeous, honey. Danessa, Danessa, Danessa. And I have some extremely gorgeous single shadows from indie brands and whatnot. Yeah, that's pretty. I don't know if you see that flip? I'm just turning my head, but yeah. You see that flip? But that's gorgeous. So, but I have some, I'm gonna turn my fan on, y'all, because I'm getting a little toasty. I feel like I enjoy creating content better when I'm just chill, when I'm just in my element, in my zone, and not really stressed out. It's kind of hard as a content creator. Look at this. It's like, how am I gonna get? That's why I don't like wearing fingernails, because I'm really in my finger application era when it comes to shimmers, and it's very, very difficult. Look at that, I just got a chunk. It's very difficult to use your fingers when you have on nails, you know, or long nails at least. So, but I'll be trying to not have you guys looking at my little grubby, stubby fingers all the time. So, you gotta take the good with the bad, y'all. The good with the bad, you know. It's more difficult for me to do the shimmer application with my finger, but at least you don't have to look at my grubby nails. Okay? So, but yeah, it's like, I think that has a lot to do with why I kind of felt like I wasn't really into creating, yeah, we doing this in real time today, honey. I wasn't really into creating the super bold colorful looks as much as I used to be, because it seems like they've kind of gone, I don't know, out of style. Does that make sense when it comes to makeup styles? You know, like people weren't really into that anymore. So, except for the diehards, you know, such as myself, honey, I'm still into it and will always be into that, because that's what I love. But it just kind of seems like maybe the masses weren't into it as much. You know, there's a big boom when the indie brands really started coming out with all these beautiful palettes and beautiful color stories, and it was like, well, how are you going to use them unless you're going to create colorful eye looks, right? So yeah, it was like, it just seemed like a whole era that kind of slowed down and affected me as an eyeshadow creative, if you will. Okay, so we have that done. Let's go ahead and, am I gonna do liner and you know what I have, you guys? I bought some colored mascaras. I bought purple, and these are all voluminous original mascaras from L'Oreal. So I got purple, I got green. You know, I've never really tried color mascara before. And then I got blue, of course, the colors that I love to use on my eyes, right? And so I don't know if I want to play with these with more neutral eye looks to add that pop of color, which I think that's what I'm going to end up doing now that I'm talking myself through it. Or if I wanted to add it to a colorful eye look for even more pop of pizzazz. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to chill on the colorful mascara for now. I'm going to go ahead, add some lashes, not sure about liner, and then we'll move on to the face. Okay, you guys, so I added just the smallest line of black liquid liner right at my lash line, and I applied some of these Ardell Wispies. They came in a twin pack like this. And I'm sorry, it doesn't really have a number. I don't see on there. This is what they look like. As you can see, I got these from Marshall's for what, $3.99 years ago. I'm sure I've had them for quite a while. So yeah, but those are these, just some little light Ardell wispies. So let's move on to the face. I kind of want to run through this quickly because I don't want this video to be too long. I know some of you guys don't mind longer content, but you know. Okay, so today for my base, I want to try out this Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin. This is her glow serum. I have never tried this before, but it's like a serum primer, has a little bit of glow in it, a little bit of tint. And then I'm going to be using the Yummy Skin Serum Skin Tint for my face. So I am going to moisturize a little bit though, since I have wiped my face off to get some of the excess eyeshadow off, and I'm gonna go in with my Clinique Moisture Surge just to get myself hydrated again. And I've already stated in the past that I really love this moisturizer. It is very hydrating on the face. It's not super heavy though. It really absorbs into your skin nicely and quickly. It doesn't take forever to absorb into your skin. It doesn't feel like it's just sitting on your skin. You know what I mean? It feels really good. I feel like I'm all up in the camera. Let me back up a little bit. Like, girl, they don't need to see all of that. Okay. So there's that. Okay, you guys, so let's go ahead and move forward with the Yummy Skin Serum. And it does have like a tube, squeezy tube. And I'm not really sure exactly how much of this I want to apply. So I'm gonna start with a good amount and try to just put it all over my face. Since it is a serum primer with a glow in it, today's gonna be a glowy day, which I don't mind. I actually like nice glowy skin, as long as I don't look like the Tin Man. Oh, this feels good. It smells good too. I like it. I like it. It smells good. It feels good. Okay, and this squeezy tube makes it quite easy to use. You guys let me know what you think in the comments as far as how it looks on the skin. I know this is not a new product by far, but it's new to me. So this is my first time trying it out. I think I'm just going to put the residue from my fingers on the top. Yeah, it's definitely just a nice, healthy amount of glow that I'm seeing. I'm not seeing like a whole lot of crazy glow. Oh, I like it. And a nice little addition of bronze looks good as well. But this is what it's looking like. The Yummy Skin Glow Serum. I like it. I like it. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with the Yummy Skin Serum Skin Tint. And I've used this before. It's just not my first time using this. I think I'm going to use a brush today, just for maximum absorption. And I'm going to spray my brush a little bit. I just usually use face mist or rose water, something simple like that to spray my brush with. If the only thing I have close by is a setting spray, I'll use that. But I don't use anything in particular for spraying my brush. This is the Ole Henriksen Peach Glaze Glow Mist. I do love using this all over my face. You know, as like pre-makeup or post-makeup, either one. It's very nice. So I just kind of get that into the brush. And I think I'm just going to apply this directly as well, since I did that for the serum. Like, let's just keep it consistent today. I usually use my little makeup palette, but we'll go ahead and use this today. And I haven't been using color corrector lately, which is I don't know if it's just because I've wanted to use less and less makeup on my face, even when I'm going for a fuller coverage, or, you know, I don't know. I feel like when I apply it directly onto my face, I use more than I would if I put it on a palette first. But yeah, I noticed I haven't really been using color corrector lately. I don't know if I am getting more comfortable with... No, I'm not. No, that's not it, because I still hate my dark circles under my eyes, and the discoloration around my mouth still drives me insane. So yeah, that's not it. I'm not getting used to it. So that's not it. I definitely feel like it's because I just really want to use less products on my face if possible. So I think I'm going to jump back into really focusing on skincare. I haven't really focused on or concentrated on skincare for a while this year. So 2026, I think I'm going to try and work on getting my act together, you know, because it's like the healthier your skin is, honestly, that's the less base coverage you need. You know, when your skin is looking more clear and flawless and healthy, that's the less base makeup you should need. So look for maybe some more skincare videos in the upcoming year with me, you know, trying to get that together. All right, so loving the skin tint with the serum glow underneath. Definitely a beautiful bronzed glowy look. Loving that. Okay, so today for concealer, I decided to use my Makeup Forever HD Skin Concealer. So we're going to go in with this. I will try to remember to list all of the products that I'm using down below in the description box. Sometimes when I'm trying to get a video out to you guys, it's like I don't take the time that I should to list all the products, and I apologize for that. I hope you guys know if you ever have a question about any product that I'm using, all you have to do is message me and I will definitely get the information for you. 100%. So as you can see, this is a brightening shade for me. It's not just for coverage. As you can see though, I'm trying to cover them dark circles, honey. And taking it up pretty close. And also using it to sharpen that eyeshadow look. But yeah, if you ever have a question and the products are not listed because your girl has been lazy or forgot, don't hesitate to ask, honey, because I will let you know any question you have about anything that I've used. A lot of times I try my hardest to just show it in the video. So if you actually watch the video, you will see the product I'm using, the name and the shade, but I'm not really going that in depth today. So I feel like the way I put this concealer on, I really want to use a sponge to blend it out, but I'm gonna go ahead and use a brush. A larger brush for the lower part, maybe a smaller one for the closer part. And I'm gonna spray this as well. So we're gonna let this sit for just a second so that it can keep its coverage. I feel like I put on a lot, but it's all good. Oh, this feels nice. This is nice. I like this larger brush because it's helping me to blend it into my foundation as well. And I still have my foundation brush handy to blend that even better. But because this brush is so soft, I really don't even feel like I need to go in with a smaller brush closer to my eyes. Okay, so for my cream bronzer today, I decided to use my ABH cream bronzer in the shade Deep Tan. So it comes in this pot here with the ABH logo on the front, and this is what the shade looks like. So I'm going to just take this angled fluffy brush and just dip it in here, get a little bit on there, maybe a little more than a little, and apply it on the areas of my face that I want to bronze. And this bronzer isn't as deep as some of my other bronzers, so I don't have to stress too much about it being super duper dark, but as you can see, it is a beautiful bronze shade, right? Beautiful. So I'm really just tapping that in so I don't move my base makeup around too much before I get it placed. But I do really like this brush. I don't even know where I got this brush from. I think it probably came like in one of my Boxy Charms or something like that. You know, one of my beauty subscription boxes, because they good for putting single brushes and, you know, brush trios and things like that from brands that I never heard of before in a box. And I haven't had subscription boxes for years, probably at least 2 or 3 years now. Now, I do have the PLouise box, and I know I did a video showing me unbox one of their boxes, but I kind of honestly am thinking about letting it go. I'm going to try a couple or more boxes from PLouise in 2026. I'm going to go ahead and let the subscription roll for January and February just to see what comes, because I love PLouise palettes, like, you know, their different face products and stuff like that. I love that kind of stuff as well, but they have a tendency in their subscription boxes to send a lot of like hand lotions and body lotions and lip conditioners and lip balms and stuff like that. And it's like, well, that's cool, but like in the one, and I understand the one in October, I guess for Halloween, it was like a black color changing lip gloss in there, you know, for the season, and like licorice scented lip glosses and stuff. And then, you know, they sent lip conditioners and stuff. And in the fall one, they sent like this hand lotion and stuff. That's really nice. It's actually really good lotion, but for me, the problem is the scent. The scents that they do in their stuff is so artificial. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it, hate it, hate it. It does not, I shouldn't say hate, but I do not like it. It does not smell nice. It doesn't smell authentic. It smells very artificial. And for that reason, it makes me not want to use it. And so, you know, it's like if I don't want to use something, I don't want to keep getting the same things with the same artificial smell in it. So I've kind of put them on the chopping block to where in the next couple of months, if that's what I keep getting, I'm going to stop it, because I don't like subscription boxes. They keep sending me stuff that I know I'm not going to use. Now, I love the palettes, but like in the last box, it didn't even have a palette in it. It was just like the lotion and the lip stuff. And it had some pretty blushes in there, actually, some stick blushes. So yeah, I know I said I was going to do those videos, but I kind of feel like if I'm not going to stick with the subscription for at least a year, then it's kind of pointless, because I'm not really giving you a thorough review of what's going to come in a subscription box for a year's time, because honey, I don't think I'm gonna make 6 months with that box. So this is the Glow Recipe hold on, this is Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dewy Flush blush. So a very long name for a liquid blush. So yeah, if you're wondering kind of what happened with that, I still have in this stuff. Oh, look how pigmented it is. I better chill out with this because this color is gorgeous and I've never used it before. This is my first time using it. I just had to have it, right? So let's see. Ciao. And I like to stay consistent. If I start spraying my brushes, I try to spray it all the way through. If I can remember to. Just to be consistent. Ooh. And this stuff smells so good. It smells like watermelon glow. It smells like watermelon glow. Okay, so let's blend it out nicely. It is not too crazy, super pigmented. Oh, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. I love when I can tell like right off the bat if I'm gonna like a product or not. And this is one of those products where it's just like, I had to have it. I kept seeing it. I had to have it. So here we are. Here we are. And this stuff is so pretty. I feel like I can bring it forward just a little bit. So, but yeah, I just felt like some of the lip products are really a waste because I'm not going to use them from the PLouise monthly subscription box. And, you know, the lotions, it sucks. I just decided I'm going to go ahead and just use them on my body, you know, on my legs and stuff, because I don't really care for the smell for it to be on my hands and arms. But they are really nice lotions. I just don't, honey, the smell is atrocious. Okay, so next we need to powder. Today I'm going to be using, first let me just blend because I feel like my cheeks are so rosy. There's a very distinct line of demarcation from my rosy cheeks to my eyes and my mouth. So let me just try to blend that out a little bit better so it's not so crazy looking. But yeah, for my powder today under my eyes, I'm going to use my loose powder from Mario and Makeup by Mario, I should say. So this is the one I'm using, Warm Honey. And I'm going to use a brush for that as well today. And this is my first time using it. I actually thought that I had already used this before, but apparently not. Okay, so let me go ahead and open this up. Okay, so I'm just going to use a small fluffy brush to apply this Makeup by Mario powder. I don't know why I felt like, you know what, did I buy this powder twice? Because for some reason I'm feeling like, honey, I wouldn't put that past me, because sometimes I buy stuff and I forget. That's why 2026 is going to be a enjoying the makeup that I have year, honey, because I definitely have bought things twice, not knowing that I already have it, already bought it in my drawer, and that is terrible, right? I mean, thankfully it's been really nice products. Products that I actually don't mind having a backup of, but you know, I say that because I feel like this Mario powder is one that I've tried before. Like maybe I do have it in my drawer already and I just don't remember, but so far it is really setting nicely for my highlighted areas. Setting very nicely. I like it. I like the color of it. The tone of it is nice. Woo! And I'm not seeing like any patchy or sticky areas. Like that's really, really important to me for a powder, especially a brightening powder, a light powder, to not stick and have like patchy areas under my eyes and stuff like that. So I apologize, you can hear the tapping. I know some people appreciate makeup ASMR. And some people don't, but it's one of those things where sometimes I tap without even realizing it. And when I do realize it, I'll try to tap like with my finger so you guys can't hear it. But I know since my microphone is right on my chest, sometimes you can hear it. So anyways, loving how this powder is looking. And like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if I already have this powder. And if I do, I'm not mad at it, because having a backup of this is not a bad thing, okay? So to set the rest of my face, I did decide to use my Gucci powder today. I can't read that, that's too small, but this is the one that I am using. Hopefully it's not upside down. Okay, and this is what she looks like. Just a regular, beautiful setting powder. Going in with a fluffy brush. And this one is one that does not add a lot of pigment to my face, if I'm remembering correctly. You know, it sets it down nicely, but I don't think it adds a whole lot of pigment. It's just a really nice powder. So I'm not really afraid to just kind of swirl my brush in it and take it over all of those bright areas, because I do like my face to kind of all come together. Now I need to go in and just double down on my blush, bronzer, and highlight. So I'll just run through this real quickly. I'm going to go in with my Dior Forever bronzer. So we're going to go in with this first. Love the packaging on here. If I can open it up, it's like that cushy packaging, and this is what the bronzer looks like. Very pretty. I feel like this is one of my darker bronzers, so I'm going to try and keep it kind of farther back, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I test out so many products, sometimes I forget, you know, how certain ones are gonna act, but for some reason I feel like this one is a little bit darker than some of my other ones. Yeah, so you can see. I'll go ahead and blend that out with my powder, but I don't want to bring it down too far into my face because of that reason, because it is darker than some of my other bronzers. And after using that cream bronzer from ABH, I really don't feel like I need a whole lot of this, because this one is not quite as warm as the ABH, which I really like. I probably should have used a warmer powder bronzer just to kind of match the ABH a little bit better, but it's all good. It'll all come together in the end. Okay. Ooh, look at that bronze, girl. Hello. Ugh. The nose looking toasty. Soften that up a little bit. So I'm over here looking like a summer day. Straight up summer day, okay? I ain't mad at it. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with this blush that I got off of Amazon. Never heard of them before. It's called PLouise Cosmetics, it looks like. This is what the packaging looks like, and this is the color of the blush. And I felt like this would be a good match to the Watermelon Glow from Glow Recipe. Same kind of color family. And I'm gonna go in with this fluffy brush. It's a little bit smaller, so it's not too much, since I'm not familiar with this blush that I got off of Amazon. And I'm gonna tap. Ooh, see. Ciao. Lord have mercy. Now the thing is, with some of these like really cheaper blushes, like less expensive blushes, let me get a clean brush because Lord have mercy. With some of these like cheaper blushes, they'll be like extremely pigmented like this, but then they'll wear off like in 30 minutes. You'll look and you'll be like, well, where did my blush go? But honey, this one, the way that it is like not moving, it is truly staying on my face. I feel like it's going to last, but I'll let y'all know. I'll keep y'all posted. I definitely, Lord, I went in with the one little tap. Ugh. I'm gonna have to go in with some dang on powder and tone it down because I am not in the mood for all of that. I mean, I love a good blush like anybody else, but child, that's a bit much for me. So let me try to tone this down. Okay. Too old to be looking like a clown. Okay. Whew. Now I gotta even it out because I feel like this one looks really nice. The placement is good. And this one, it looks like I need just a little bit more, you know, right on the apple part of my cheeks. Just a little, not too much, you know, just to make them even. Child, yeah, the pigmentation on that is crazy. The shade is definitely beautiful. A good match with that liquid, but ooh, I don't even know how to tell you to tone that down with it being a powder, you know. Maybe use a fluffier brush. I don't know. So anyway, that's what that blush is looking like. It's looking real pretty. I'm really liking it. Okay, highlight. We are going to highlight a bit today. Going in with my Ciate London Confetti highlighter. I love this highlighter. Have always loved this highlighter ever since I got it. I don't even know if they sell it anymore. Is Ciate London even a thing anymore? I don't know, but it looks like confetti, so absolutely gorgeous. I've been using my Tati highlighter brush ever since I got it, quite honestly. I guess I really like it. I was talking mess about it at first because it truly looks like something the cat drug in, but I don't know. I like using it for my highlights, so I guess in my eyes, she definitely has a hit with this brush because just the angle of it, you know, the way that it's made, I really like it. So, it just fits in just the right spot for me when it comes to highlights. So, gorgeous. And then a little on the nose, of course, and a little in the little divot right there. Okay, so okay, that's it. Highlight, good. Okay, now let's see what is next. Let me finish up my eyes before, finish up my eyes before I move into setting spray. Okay, I decided to go in with purple liner today since we're doing a little color. You see this little nub here? This is one of my Beauty Creations eyeliner pencils. Obviously, I really love this purple shade. So I'm just going to apply this on my lower lash line, just to bring that purple vibe down on the bottom. And hopefully you'll be able to see that. Okay, just a little aspect of purple on that lower lash line, that works. And I haven't decided, do I want to do the brown to smoke it out, a little bit of black. I think I'm gonna do a teeny tiny bit of black. I don't want to go too crazy with it, so I'm gonna have to find a very small, like, angled brush, maybe something like this, very thin, you know, to just kind of press a little bit of this black. I'm going back into the palette, and she does have a black, you know, that's what I used in my inner and outer corners. But I want to be very careful with it because I want to be pretty precise with where I place it, and I don't want no fallout. I want it like just below that purple. When I say just below that purple, just below that purple. So I'm just like barely stamping it so I don't cover up the purple, but you can see that black. This black is like perfect. I think I'm gonna put a little bit of blue in the inner corner. Now, if you just like the purple smoky halo eye, you know, you can keep it there. You know, you don't have to be crazy like me. But child, let me tell you something. This blue, I had to play with it. I just had to play with it. Okay guys, so I'm ready to finish up. Before I go in with my mascara and my lipstick, I want to use a setting spray today. So I'm going to use this Tier Mask Fit Makeup Fixer. So this is like a fixing spray, so it's going to hold my makeup all day, right? Now, question is, where is my fan? Found it. Okay, so let's throw on some mascara before we do our lips, and I'm gonna go in with my Caliray mascara just on my lower lashes. I already put a little bit on my upper lashes when I did my falsies, so we're just gonna go in on the lowers and hopefully not make a mess. I feel like I built a lot of my base and subscribers on me doing colorful looks because that's always what I did. And so I feel like if you're still here watching me, that you wouldn't mind me doing some wild and crazy colorful looks, but I don't know. I know when, you know, you start to kind of get a little bit older, you kind of lean into the more natural looks or whatever. If you in fact did like colorful looks, you know, it's okay to change. So I'm going in with my Wicked lip liner. This is from the latest collection. I bought one of their kits. It had a lip liner, a lipstick, and I think an eyeshadow in there. And maybe a lip and cheek like balm thing as well. I don't remember. It's been a while. But I like this lip liner. It's very creamy and I like the shade of it. It's pretty. I need to sharpen it. Okay, and I'm gonna do kind of like a, well, I'm gonna try to do like a multi-tone lip, right? So I'm going in with one of my Fenty Stunna lip paints. This color I think will look really, really pretty with this eye look. Maybe, maybe not, but it's one of her Stunna lip paints. Oh, that's a pretty color. I was gonna go in with a lighter color in the center, but I'm thinking just doing this all over and touching up my lip liner. Ooh, that color is pretty. I don't think I need to do anything lighter in the center. I like this color. So I'm gonna let it dry because it is very, very wet when it goes on, but it does dry down completely. So I'm gonna let that dry. Okay, you guys, so this is the final look for today. I did go ahead and kind of fluff my hair out a little bit so I could look like something. But this eye look definitely took a turn for the more dramatic, if you will. But I have to say, I love it. I love it. Danessa did not come to play. She did not fail me. I feel like I really loved how it looked when it was just the halo with the purple in the middle and the purple liner on the bottom. But when I added that blue in there and just kind of blended out some of that super bright shimmer in between, I feel like this eye look just took a life on its own. And it's one where I feel like it's definitely colorful, and I definitely feel like it's wearable. Okay, if you bought this palette and you like it and you wanted to kind of just play around with the colors that Danessa provided, then go ahead and have fun with it. Play with it, you know, don't be shy, girl. So I love it. Absolutely love it. For standouts, I would definitely say the palette is a favorite today. Also, this Yummy Skin Glow Serum. I love this. I love what it did to my face prior to me putting on the serum foundation, or skin tint, I should say. It's not really, well, it's a serum skin tint. But these two combined, I'm really, really loving them. I love the Makeup Forever concealer as well. This stuff has some serious coverage and definitely a beautiful brightening shade. So for standout favorites, definitely the Glow Skin Serum, the Makeup Forever concealer, this Watermelon Glow blush, dewdrops, whatever this stuff is. I love it. I really, really do. I think it's gorgeous. It's beautiful, and I could just use it so much on my cheeks. Now the other blush, as you see, I was able to work with it and tone it down a bit. The one I got off of Amazon, honey, that blush is bold. I'm really gonna have to just kind of ease into that one, but it's still beautiful nonetheless. And then this Fenty lipstick here, the Fenty Stunna Lip Paint. This shade, I am loving it with this eye look, and I'm loving it on my skin tone. Now I promised myself in the upcoming year that I'm going to branch out and experiment with more lip combos, whether it be different nude lip combos, colored lip combos, just ones that I feel comfortable wearing. Because a lot of times I'll match a lip with an eye look that is really not my favorite, just because I've been too lazy to really put in any effort to find the perfect lip for me and for the makeup look that I've done. But no more of that. I'm going to work through it. I don't care if I have to put on 3 different lip colors or combos. That's what I'm going to do. But this one I really like. I like the muted, kind of muted mauve-y vibe of it, because the eyes on top really pull it together. So with all that being said, honey, let me know what you think. Let me know what products you liked out of this video. If you like the eye look, if you're like, oh, KK, that's too much for me, I'm sorry, child. I love it. But yeah, that's it for today, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you on my next one.